If by some chance, some stroke of luck, or some act of God, you have stumbled upon this broadcast, you are listening to the Chivalry Chronicles with your host, Dr. DLH.
I'm a damn doctor.
David.
We're going to bring the tea.
refuse
To not drink during the podcast.
Yeah.
And me, Jaime.
They need to make podcast equipment a lot more expensive to get some of these clowns off the air.
Gather around as we discuss a modern, manly approach to chivalry. So I hope you're ready, because I know we are. So let's get into it. Woo, that sounded good. And we're back. Doing a little bit of, what is it called? Chivalry After Dark. It's almost been a year we've been doing it, but you know. But today, we have a special guest, and it's my lovely wife, Leticia Noriega.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, where's our crowd? There's our crowd again. They came back.
I'm so glad they're back. Oh,
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
missed
love
me.
it. Yeah. You know how it is, like when you used to be a teacher and they all clap when you come back on after a break and stuff.
Yeah, or when they had a sub and they really didn't like the sub. And then I came back and then it was like, oh, where were you? Mm-hmm. Yeah, appreciate it.
So, how's it going?
Good. It's Christmas time.
Well, it's more like Thanksgiving.
It's Christmas time. Let's just be real. It's Christmas time.
So explain to our audience, when did Christmas time begin
In our house,
in our house?
November 1st.
So we bypassed Dia de los Muertos, we bypassed Thanksgiving, we bypassed everything, Jesus.
Okay, well that kind of leads a little bit into what we're going to talk about because we had Joaquin home.
Okay, our son.
Yes. And so I needed the stuff brought down from the attic. And there's no excuse if you have somebody to help you. So he was here for Halloween.
That's not why you did it, though.
What?
We try to be very honest and truthful with our fans and
my
our listeners.
goodness.
So
I'm being
let's
honest.
get to the brass tacks and why really did you do it?
Because I love Christmas.
No.
What?
What was the reason? Didn't you say that in Mexico? What was it? Do you remember?
That you go straight from Halloween, right? Dia de los Muertos, into Christmas because there is no Thanksgiving
Right.
in Latin America.
So you're like,
Let's go.
we're Latin.
We are. And Joaquin was home. So
Okay.
it fit.
All right, but this week is Thanksgiving, though.
It is.
Thanksgiving. Okay. And anything recent here the past weekend? Anything new that we did that you want to discuss? You want to give a thumbs up? We don't want to give spoilers, for
Oh, Wicked. Is that what
Wicked-
you're referring to?
Wicked for Good? What is
Wicked
it?
for Good. Yes.
So no spoilers, but
No, it was fantastic.
really.
Oh my gosh, it was better than I thought it was going to be.
Okay.
I'm going to say I feel like it was better than the first one.
Oh, wait a minute.
I know it people aren't going to like that. But I loved the story.
Okay, but did you feel like the songs were better in the first one? There was more bangers, as some would say.
The first one was lighter, right? So you're introducing the characters. You've got Galinda.
And you got to shake. You got to shake.
You got to do a toss.
Man, we need video. So
Who's now Glinda? She's going by Glinda
Glinda. Okay.
because
which
that's
is-
what makes her so nice.
Because that's what makes me so nice. So Ariana
But
Grande.
Ariana Grande was fantastic, but the second one,
So, but
oh my
is that
gosh, it was just deeper.
more or less like recency bias? You think because you just watched it?
No, I watched the first one.
No. But
twice. the
But
past
you just
couple
watched
weeks.
the one like the one that just came out. You just watched it. Well, we just watched Saturday.
Well, yeah.
But is that recency bias? Like you just coming off that high of watching it?
No. So here's the thing: I didn't have any expectations for the second one. I was like, "Wow, how's it going to live up to the first one?" And the second one,
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
It was pretty good. I will admit. I mean, the first one was also good. I think when I watched it the second time, because the first time I missed it.
Why?
I missed
Why did you miss it?
because the Cowboys and the Commanders were playing, and it was the game that went haywire at the
And where
end.
were you when we were all watching the movie in the theater?
I was in the lobby
Right. Right.
at the bar. At Alamo,
Right.
shout out to Alamo Draft House. Anytime they want to sponsor this podcast, the bar, thumbs up.
And then you came in about 45 minutes later, and then we're like, what the heck is this all about? This doesn't make any sense.
That's whenever Turpin.
Because you missed 45 minutes of the movie. Then when it was streaming on Disney, you popped in while I was watching it. You're like, oh, this is really good. Oh my gosh.
Well, so when we started dating, right? There was the general rule. Look, when the Cowboys are playing, I have to watch the game. I have to watch it. That's just the way it is. Like I'll do whatever after football season. Whatever, we can go pick grapes and
When was the last time we picked grapes?
goat
That's a
yoga.
Reference.
We can go to goat yoga and
We've never done that.
go to farmers market and go to Green for no reason whatsoever and walk along the river and do all that. I'm cool with it. I said, hey, this is what we signed up for. But football season, you got to just
So you missed the first 45 minutes of the movie,
correct.
and you felt like it made no sense when you walked in, which is a shocker, right? Because you missed the whole beginning. So you didn't give it its due justice, the first one, until you watched it in its entirety.
Correct.
And then your opinion was?
Really good. Like we've talked about it on the podcast before. I'd never watched as a family. So when Grease came out, right, we used to watch it as kids, but I didn't really know, everybody sings and shit. But, when you're just kind of like 12, 13, 14, 15, and you're watching it, you're like, I never said that's a musical, I was just like, it's a movie where they're singing and shit. It wasn't like a thing, right, to me. And so I never really watched musicals other than that one. And I had seen that one as a kid. So whenever we started dating and then got married and all that stuff, that's when I started watching all of them with you. So, all the kids' movies that are musicals, Hamilton, and then all these movies, right?
Yeah.
And so, it's a good story. My question, and I know I kind of annoyed you with my questions, endless questions about it, is like, how does this connect with The Wizard of Oz?
Uh-huh.
And who came up with this story? And, I have a bunch of, randomized questions about it. And you answered most of them. And actually, so we had a question during the movie, or you had a question, and I was like, no, absolutely, blah, blah. We can't talk about it because I don't want to have spoilers. You need to give people time to go watch it.
Yeah.
But whenever, I guess we need to do a podcast on the actual movie when it comes out on video. We'll need to rewatch it and then do a podcast because there's some things about it that I didn't know that I looked up because we were watching the movie. You had a question. I was like, yeah, that's so-and-so, or because it had to do with The Wizard of Oz, right? Because
Right.
they're intertwined. When we were watching it, we're like, why is this that, right? And I know it's not making any sense right now, but I
It's
can't.
so vague. They have no idea what we're talking
I
about.
know, but like we need to talk about it because I found out, why one of the characters. Anyway, yeah,
Okay.
I can't. No spoilers.
That's a discussion for another time.
But it's a good transition to what our topic is. So now that, we have a little bit more time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just you and I. Because Joaquin, in the last episode, we were talking about, hey, you're going to go off to college. Our daughter, of course, already graduated from college. She's working full time and lives in, about 2 hours away from us. So we don't see her as much. We will get to see her this holiday, but
Woo!
and then with Joaquin is home now. So, this term has been thrown around for a long time. And, and they were kind of, people are like, hey, y'all are going to become empty nesters and stuff like that. So, just to define the term, it's parents whose children have grown up and moved out of the home. It's really simple, right? It's basically when everybody leaves. Now, Joaquin hasn't really left because he's in college, but he's away for the most part.
Right.
There's a term when I was looking kind of like facts and stats. I'm a facts and stats guy. There's such a thing as called empty nest syndrome.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Yeah. What do you think it is?
I don't know. Is it a sort of depression that people go into?
Yes. What? I guess there is some kind of depression, but there's also a little bit like
Right.
We started going back downtown.
I know. Did we have empty nester syndrome?
I don't think we have it. Because
is
it's
that wrong that we didn't have empty nester syndrome?
It says empty nest syndrome is a term for feelings of sadness, grief, loss of purpose that parents may experience when their children move out of the home. Mm-hmm. Loss of purpose, and I identify with it. I get it, right? Mm-hmm. Like I was telling a coworker, I was like, here at the house, this is not any kind of bragging, or it's just we have a 2-story house.
Yeah,
whatever, right? Get over it.
But we never come upstairs.
We never come upstairs. So I've been upstairs more since the kids are gone.
Why?
It's really weird.
You trying to get away from me?
Kind of. Well, this office doesn't count. Office is upstairs.
Right.
The Chivalry Studios, aka my office upstairs. It is upstairs. But, the kids area, it's just, we don't ever go. Like, rarely up here. Mm-hmm. But I have found myself up here more. And I don't know if it's kind of like, it's so quiet, like you're used to just noise and stuff like that. So, I mean, all those are true. We're joking around, but those are true. But I don't think it's to the level of loss of purpose.
No.
Like, it's more of, hey, it's just us now. What do you want to do? Like, do you want, we went downtown. We went to a bar. What was it? The
Esquire.
The Esquire bar downtown San Antonio.
Just 'cause.
It's great. It's awesome.
Amazing.
Right? We went to, which was one of our other podcasts. We went to a stand-up comic show downtown.
Yes.
We found out Angela Johnson was in town on a Friday. You said, hey, she's in town. Let's go check it out.
Let's go.
We went on a Sunday at 4:00. And
Actually, it was on Sunday morning.
Oh, that's when you bought the tickets?
Yeah. Well, no, I told you about it Sunday morning. And I said, hey, she's in town. And you said, oh, yeah. I said, yeah, she's doing a show today at 3. And you said, oh, cool. I said, so I'm going to buy tickets. And it was like 10 a.m.
Yeah.
You said, oh, okay. So we did. It was like 3 or 5 p.m. Something. It was early. Maybe it was 3.
Yeah.
Because we went down, saw the show, then went to La Mansión, which is a hotel where we stayed the night we got married.
Correct.
Because it was right across the street from the church where
didn't we stay at the hotel?
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Okay.
We stayed there the night we got married. It was right across the street from the church where we married. And so it was a nice little nostalgic trip.
So, and we can talk about coping strategies, what the list that I found about coping strategies. Mm-hmm. But let's get back to like what has changed for you being an empty nester. Because I'll tell you, somebody asked me like, Joaquin's gone, man, that must have really kind of flipped your world. And they kind of did, because Joaquin and I would work out during the week.
Right.
And so we would have that hour and a half where it's just he and I working out, talking. Mm-hmm. And so he'd tell me what's going on, and sometimes we'd get upset with each other and it's a little bit more quiet, but it did affect me more. Mm-hmm. But I want to say as a unit, like as Liana likes to call it, the family unit, I think was affected more so when she left. So what do you think? Like, what has changed? What are the differences that you see being a quote unquote empty nester?
I think it's opened up some perspectives as to our roles as parents and having a certain level of pride in the fact that the kids are doing what they love to do, right? So Liana, when she left to A&M, she was doing what she loved to do, right? She was fulfilling her goals and what she had set out to do. And so even though it was bittersweet because that's my girl, and then I was just left with the boys after she left, I loved that she was happy because that's that next phase in their lives. And the same thing with Joaquin. He is doing so well. He's enjoying his time being semi-independent, right? So
Right.
he's living with 3 other roommates, but it's opened his eyes to other people's routines and family lives and in a very intimate way because he's living with these individuals that he never met before, right? So
Right.
he's got no background information on them until they're actually living together. So I think that it's great to see his growth too as a new, I guess, out of the home student, right? Like a new little
New college
bird
student. Yeah.
that flew the nest
Yeah.
to experience those things. And so I think I find it really fun to have those conversations now with them living their lives away from our home to talk to them about their experiences and things that they've heard or seen or done that spark some curiosity in them. So for that, I'm excited for them. For us, I'm excited for our new chapter together because it's nice
Right.
to have just time to be us. I don't think we ever weren't us.
But it's different, right?
Yeah,
Well, the cool thing I think about us, because we're so cool.
we are so cool. Let's just put it out there. We are so cool. If we do say so ourselves, yes.
The interesting thing about us is that we waited 3 years before we had kids. So it wasn't like we were dating, got married, had kids, boom, we're like off and running. No, we spent about 3 years where it was just the 2 of us and our puppies in a big ass house at the time, and just getting to know each other, getting to, just be together.
Mm-hmm.
We'd go, if I think my sister was coming through here when one time she was stayed at the house. She's like, "Hey, we're going to Mexico. Y'all want to go?" And we're like, "Let's go."
Yeah.
Or like we'd be sitting here and like, "Man, you want to go to Porpoise or like Port A or we just did whatever." And that was kind of cool. So whenever we had kids, it was like, okay, it's not like we traveled. I mean, we didn't have a lot of money either.
No.
But it wasn't going back to that whenever the kids left was easier, I think. It was an easier transition because we already did stuff together. Even as a family we did, but now it's just us to where it does, some of the things that they had on this list that I was reading. They said, parents have mixed emotions. They have like you were saying, you have your sense of pride for your kids. But then you have a sadness because of their daily presence, right?
Right.
But what's true about our relationship is I think we talk to them more
Oh, definitely.
than when they were
No,
here.
that's true. That is true.
Yeah.
Like today, I talked to Liana for a good hour and a half before she left for her 12-hour shift at the hospital, just talking about nonsense, right? Just about
Nonsense.
nonsense. And she and I talk nearly every day
Right.
for at least 45 minutes. And then Joaquin, now he'll call me a good maybe 3-4 times a day, just in spurts, just
Yeah.
to see what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Or text. So yeah, he's in constant contact. Whereas I think they take it for granted when we're here and they know they're coming home, that it's just there's a sense of safety, and we do the same, right? So like, oh, I'm gonna see you later. So there's no sense of urgency to talk to you, to
Right.
contact you. But now that I guess it's the scarcity mentality in a weird way, they're like, oh, I've got to call mom or dad, or I've got to let's
Yeah.
talk to them about it. Yeah, I agree. I think that now that we are in different places, and if we don't answer the phone when they call,
Well, the other
Oh
thing is
my
like
God.
they're texting us, "What are y'all doing downtown?"
uh-huh.
It's like, why are you?
Or if we're at one of their favorite restaurants,
Yeah.
and they see that we're there, why are you there?
Tight invite.
Yeah, wow.
What is it that invite was crazy? What does Nani say one
Oh
day?
yeah, was that Non or was that Wakini?
One of them.
Yeah,
Yeah, because so what happens now is that one of the kids will be in town, and then we go out to eat, right? We're like, hey, because it's kind of a celebration, so we go out to eat, and then we'll snap a pic, a selfie, and send it to our little group chat, and so the other kid is like, what the hell, It's like,
yes,
and so it's happened both times. Liana was down, and we took a picture, sent it to Joaquin, and then Joaquin was down to send a picture and send it to Liana. So
yeah,
that's kind of funny. The other thing it talks about is loss of purpose. Some parents may struggle with the loss of purpose after many years focusing on active parenting and worry about what to do with their new free time. I don't think we've done that. I think we've done more of what we were doing before, right? It's like you rejoined Lifetime because you wanted to go check it out. You were doing Orange Theory before, so you were working out, 3 or 4 or 5 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're working out 3 or 4 or 5 days a week. You're running more, which you were doing,
Oh, I love it.
6 years ago.
yeah. Like,
And so because Joaquin and I no longer work out, I went back to Lifetime. So it's just finding that balance, I guess. But it's not like we're like, oh, what do we do? It's like, oh, okay, we're going to switch up what we're doing, but we're just going to do more of what we were doing before.
right, yeah,
And the other thing that they were talking about is they call it an identity shift. The transition can prompt an identity crisis, especially for parents who are strongly identified with the role as a caregiver. I don't think that's happened because they still talk to us. They call us all the time. They ask us questions. I don't feel like we're not involved in their lives. And I think it's something that you and I discuss all the time. I didn't have that relationship with my parents. My parents never knew who I was dating, who I was breaking up with, who I was seeing new, how my classes were going,
Yeah.
and they call us about everything.
we have a play-by-play every day of what's going on, and one kid will call when I'm talking to the other one, and it's like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, yes,
So
but it's great.
no,
Oh
absolutely.
my
I
god,
think
I love it.
it's so. So we were talking to, I won't say who it was. Names and dates will not be mentioned.
Will remain anonymous. Okay.
So anyway, we're talking to somebody, and he's like, "Damn it! I already put a gender on it.
Ah,
They're gonna figure it out." He said, "Well, he was talking about his child, his offspring. He's like, well, they told me because I talk to my kids.
oh,
We were like, man, you better get your." Kind of insinuating like we don't talk to our kids. It was just
they
kind of,
only knew.
I can't get them off the phone.
We
Like,
cannot. Oh, that's why I said if we don't answer their calls when they call, if I don't answer, they're calling you, and
Yeah.
vice versa.
yeah, no, I get calls from Non, especially.
Yeah.
She's like, "Where's mom? Why is mom not answering my? Why does mom hate me?"
Yeah. Yes.
So the other thing is marital changes. It says a shift in focus can strain or change the relationship between partners, leading some to question their marriage. That hasn't happened.
No.
I think it's because I don't want to say we're heavily involved with our kids and stuff like that, but we kind of are, but not helicopter,
in an unhealthy way.
not helicopter parents type shit. But I think because we're constantly talking, even you and I, when we come home, my first question is, have you talked to the kids? Because if you talk to them, then I get a rundown on what they're doing and how they are.
Yeah.
There was a quote that I wrote down. I forgot what we were watching, but let me read it. it says you're only as happy as your unhappiest child.
Yes.
So when I forgot what we were watching, but I thought it was such a great quote because it's so true.
Yeah.
Like, it does not matter if one child is like shining bright and doing everything they're doing and everything's just going their way. If you have one kid that is not, you're going to shift focus to that kid, and you are happy for that other kid, right?
Right.
But it does affect you. It's kind of,
Yeah.
I never thought about it like that. Never ever.
Yeah.
But it just kind of it kind of rang true for me specifically. But anyway.
But I think that also poses what you mentioned earlier with a shift in the marriage. And I feel like if you have a healthy balance all through your marriage and you keep communicating with one another, not just about the kids, but about like genuinely, how are you doing?
Yeah.
How was your day? Like, I know immediately when something's wrong.
Right. I think you're pretty good at that. Like, yeah.
And I think that we're in tune with each other to where, yes, even though we had the kids, we didn't lose touch or connection with each other. So we didn't lose ourselves in immersing everything that we are into the kids.
Right.
I mean, yes, when they're little, it's very easy for that to happen.
It was
and
hard.
And it did. It did happen for a minute with the
It was
kids.
hard, yeah.
Because it does become all consuming at some points, right? Where if the kids are sick or if they're going through a period of time where they're more needy. And so we would tag team it. You would have one, I'd have the other, and we kind
Yeah.
of manage that. But I think that something that we've always had from even before the kids is that we communicate all the time and we truly enjoy each other's company. Like,
Right.
honestly, like legitimately enjoy each other's
Yeah.
company. And so that's never subsided. That never changed, whether the kids were around or not.
Right.
Right?
No, I absolutely agree. I think I was just remembering something that somebody asked me. It's like, are you always like this? And I said, it can get annoying sometimes. You need to ask my wife. But I think what's funny is that when I actively try to make you laugh, you don't laugh.
Yeah.
But when I just make random ass comments, you just freaking bust out laughing. I was like, I ain't even trying to make that shit funny. I was just saying.
That is true.
So, yeah, no, it's. I mean, we do have. I think we've focused more on the relationship. I don't want to put out there like this is everything's perfect. We had our struggles, especially when the babies were young, especially when as the father, as the dad, as the husband, when you're like, I'm not getting any attention. It's like you're like,
Yeah.
because you're taking care of the kids, and I would come home, and you're like, take this kid, right?
Yes.
And I was always like, because you worked a full day, and I worked a full day, but I'm just coming home, and so I was like, can you just give me 2 seconds? Let me just, go use the restroom. She's like, Leti, or you were like, I haven't used the restroom all day.
Where's my 2 seconds?
And I got it, but it was just like it was a struggle for a while there, especially
When they're little.
with Liana,
Oh.
because we were first time parents. We were on that dial a nurse. We were calling, future Liana about Liana. But that dial a nurse, we were on that phone all the damn time. Because she wouldn't stop crying. It's 2 a.m. You're crying. She's crying. I feel like crying.
Everybody.
Everybody crying.
Everybody crying.
But
yes.
I think we worked out our kind of our issues.
We found our balance.
And I think what I used to tell people is what we were talking about earlier with our daughter, right? She's kind of getting to that point where she started the bullshit in relationships. Mm-hmm. And she's getting a very detailed list of this is what I want. And if you can't provide that, then I got to move on. And that's how I see it. I know when you and I got together, I think we both were like that. We're like, these are my, this is my list.
Non-negotiables.
Yeah, these are my non-negotiables. And you'd be like, yeah, here are mine. And if you can't meet this expectation, then you got to bounce. My favorite kind of rule that we had that I think I came up with, it was like, look, we're about to go out. We're going to have a couple of drinks. I'm probably going to say some stupid shit that probably going to piss you off, but just kind of let it slide for the night.
I don't remember that rule.
Yeah, it was a rule. And I said, let it slide, and then we'll discuss it. I say dumb shit all the time. And I said, and conversely, if you say something that would piss me off, I'm gonna be like, you know what? I don't want to be a, what do you call it? A wet blanket or whatever. I don't want to just, kill the vibe, as the kids say nowadays. Maybe on the drive home, like, it was a little cut a little deep there.
Yeah.
But that was, and I think when we kind of stated that, we're like, okay, we can
rule.
move forward.
Yep.
I know when we were first married, the other rule was with football. I was like, I got to watch football. I got to watch the Cowboys. And the first season, it was like the 99 season, right?
Okay.
We had moved into the house in April. We got married in 99. We moved into the house in April. Season starts in September. First game of the season. We get up. We're eating breakfast or whatever, and I'm like, Cowboys play at noon. So you're like, okay. And she's, you said, so what are we doing today? I was like, Cowboys are playing. So season started. Remember the rule, And you're like, well, I'm not going to be here. You're like, I'm going to go shop or something. I was like, cool. So I had the house to myself, me and the puppies, and watching the game. Redskins versus Cowboys. Cowboys come back, win the game, all this and that. And I'm just hype, lit. Just I'm drinking. It's such a freaking crazy game. And you come back.
I don't remember this.
Yes.
Okay.
You come back and you're like, what have you been doing all day? I was like, it's the NFL season just started, so I've been watching football all day. She goes, is this all you're going to do today? So it was, you were just kind of like, this is it? This is what you're going to do? And I guess it was just so different than what you were used to or whatever. And so I pulled out our contract.
Oh,
and
yes. The contract.
But anyway.
But yeah. I think that we've just gone to just doing more of what we did before.
Yeah.
Before the kids were around. But I think it's, again, I think it's healthy. It's a really healthy balance all the way around. And the kids, I dare say, appreciate us a little more now that
I think
on
so.
their own. And Liana's even admitted to it a couple of times. She's like, oh my God, now I understand why you guys did that. Right.
Yeah.
And so she's working at the hospital. She's seen lots of different families come and go. And she's seen some interactions between parents and kids that have made her uncomfortable. Like
the one she was
my
talking
gosh,
about, where the daughter was kind of
completely
being
disrespectful of the mom.
to her and her aunt.
No, it was the mom's best friend that was there.
Right.
But either way, the way that they were speaking in front of adults, Liana thought was completely inappropriate, and it made her uncomfortable. And she doesn't get that way very easily. But she said, "Wow, like the way that they were speaking to the adults in the room really made her uneasy." And she's like, "Now I understand. This is why, because it was the mother's friend,
Right.
and." The daughter was in there with the mother's friend's daughter. So it was 2 preteen girls and then 2 adult women. And the way that the girls were speaking around those women, the way that the moms were speaking around their girls. And Liana said, now I understand why you wanted to know the parents. You wanted to meet the parents before you
Correct.
would even leave me at a house. And I said, yeah, I mean, just because parents are parents biologically doesn't mean that they're fit. It's not the environment that I would want you to be in.
Right.
So yeah, we do have to do a little scouting. before we say, yeah, sure, hang out here for the day or a sleepover. So I think that perspective has been nice to have them finally come around and go, now I get it. And I think that they're having a lot of those aha moments on their own. And when they talk to us about it, I think it's great. But
Yeah. Liana, for all her, feminist, down with the patriarchy, all that, she has very conservative views on family. Like she's super like particular about where she kind of plants her flag of feminism. And I think that you have to have a balance. I mean, there is a balance. Like nobody's saying don't be a feminist, but understand and I guess respect kind of the way our culture is, the way parenting is, the role of the father, the role of the mother, and how those two can coexist. And it starts with respect. It starts with all of that. But I think she's really good. She won't state it. She'll never say it. But she's really good at like, this is what I want. Even at the guys that she's dated, she expects certain things from them, and they're very patriarchal type thing. It's a very like, I need you to be a man. It's like I need you to take care of certain things.
yes,
Because
just because she can do them,
yeah.
if they're around, it's nice for them to have to be able to take something off her plate. Right?
I want you to tell a story for our audience of whenever you and Liana had gone out shopping, and then y'all were walking into a restaurant, and then what happened?
No. We went to the outlets at the San Marcos outlets, and we went into the Polo store, and of course everything is insanely expensive, but it's a very nice store, right? So we're in there, and we both go to leave. And we approach the doors at the same exact time, and our hands are by our sides, right? Our arms are down, hands by our sides, and nobody's there to open the door. And we look at each other and start busting out laughing because we're so used to having somebody there to open the door. Can we open our doors? Yes, we are fully capable of opening our own doors, but we're so used to having a gentleman around, whether it's you or Joaquin or anybody in the vicinity, right? And so we just laughed so
y'all stood there for
hard.
15 minutes just blinking.
We just looked at each other, hands by our sides, like,
Is anybody gonna open a door?
What kind of a place is this?
Is Chivalry dead? Our next podcast.
Really? So yeah, that was pretty funny. That was just a few months ago that we were met with that.
No, I love that
know what
story.
to do with ourselves.
I love it. So they were talking about experiences on this article, why the experience can be difficult. And then the one is we talked about, right? The house can feel empty and quiet, leading to feelings of loneliness, especially for parents with one child, which we don't. We have two. But the house is quieter. And the other thing that's kind of funny is that our kids were kind of sometimes a little, what would you call it? Like a little fun police kids, right?
For real. Why were they the ones telling us to turn the volume down?
Turn the movie down.
That's so loud. I'm trying to sleep. Right?
Yeah. And then when they were doing it,
the worst.
when Joaquin was doing it, my wife would look at each other. It's like, one more month.
Then we can have it as loud as we want.
Gonna turn it up to 11. So that was one. The other is the emotional distress is not a clinical diagnosis and often not publicly acknowledged, making it hard to find sympathy or support, notes the Better Health channel. It's an unrecognized grief is what they're saying. When Liana left for college, I got a text from one of my fraternity brothers, and it was a really thoughtful text. I really wasn't expecting, but it kind of, the gist of it was, hey bro, he's like, I know that you just had your first child, go to college, and it can be hard. If you need anything, let me know. You know, our kid went off to college last year, and I know I went through some things when he left. It can be hard. And I said, no, I appreciate you, you know. But even stuff like that, like other parents that have gone through it. And with Liana, I think it was a little bit harder because we were so used to being a family of 4.
Yes.
And, you know, you become a family of 3. And so you go to restaurants, you're like, table for 4. No, shit, 3.
Yeah, that was, ugh.
And then you kind of get used to it, right? And so when Joaquin left, not that it's not hard, but it was a less of a impact, I think.
Well, we knew what to expect.
Yeah. So I assume there is some grief, but I think we talk to them all the time. They've come home. Well, I don't know if I told this on a podcast, but Joaquin left in the mid-August, and we were going to get ready for the first A&M game, the first game of the season, which was like 2 or 3 weeks into the college, into his classes. And so Leti had invited Joaquin home because I was going to do a brisket. And he said, oh, maybe you can come home and help Dad. He's like, okay. And then I was later talking to him. He's like, hey, Dad, you know, maybe I'll come home and help you with the brisket. And I was like, no, you're not coming home. He's like, what are you talking about? He's like, Mom already invited me. I said, no, son. I was like, you got to stay. You got to stay over there. Just stay there. I said, go to the game. Be a college student. Go have fun. Do all that stuff. And I think he was a little hurt. And I didn't do it to hurt him, right? I didn't want to, you know, kind of do that. But I did want him to, you know, kind of enjoy being in college. I was like, it's the first game of the season.
Yeah.
Go to that.
That was the right thing to do.
Yeah, I said, go try to find tickets. And I said, you have friends and all that. And he's like, okay. So I called him the Sunday before the game was the following Saturday. So this is, you know, a week before the game. Call him a Sunday. I was like, would you able to get some tickets? He's like, no, you know, talk to some people and can't really get any tickets. And so I get online, grab some tickets, send it to him. And I was like, here's 2 tickets. Go to the game. Take a girl.
He did.
He did.
He had a great time.
And so it's those things, right? Because we do talk to them. I mean, so there is some grief because on the day-to-day thing, I mean, we don't go to football games anymore, right? The high school football games, we don't have practice. We don't have dance recitals or dance practice or, you know, football games or wrestling matches or anything like that. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think our high school or kids' high school went undefeated and is in the playoffs right now. And I was like, damn it.
Yeah. Timing.
Yeah. So one of the other things it said on here is how to cope. So it says communicate with your partner, which we do. Mm-hmm. Talk openly about your feelings and make time to nurture relationships. We do that. It says find a new purpose, explore new hobbies, travel, or focus on career goals, which you've done more so, I think, than I have, I guess, because you've switched careers.
Yes.
You know, after Liana left.
Yes.
Well, last year.
Yeah.
Joaquin's last year in high school.
Year. Mm-hmm.
You
shifted gears a little bit and moved up to the district level. Yes.
Right. And so I thought that was kind of funny. I guess we have done some traveling, but it's basically going to visit them in college.
Yes.
So, the other thing it said, acknowledge and validate feelings. Listen, but don't judge. It says, recognize the sadness and anxiety are normal parts of transition. So, I mean, I think this is all pretty, oh shit, it says seek professional help though. I don't know if I told you, but one of our listeners said that Jaime needs to quit using this as therapy and go to therapy.
Oh my. He had very big feelings.
He did.
He had really big feelings about it. Wow.
I was like, damn.
Okay.
I know it's like that.
It's actually not. But I think to get back to, I think that sometimes people grieve their routines right? All the little moments that you have that you put in place when you're a family. And there's like the morning routines and then the after school and after work routines. And so it becomes part of your life, right? Day in and day out, the weekend routines. And so you miss that when the kids are gone. But I think that makes the time together that much more precious because the kids come back and they want to revert back to those routines because it makes them feel safe.
Yes.
And it gives them a sense of comfort and home and belonging that they crave too. So I think it makes it that much sweeter when they do come home, whether it's for a weekend or a quick, like when Liana came home a couple of weeks ago and it was like less than 24 hours because she had an appointment here in town. And so she drove in.
She didn't even tell us.
I think she wanted to surprise us.
But
Liana,
we track
I think
her.
if you're listening, I think you wanted to surprise us. And then I ruined it when I called you and asked you what you were doing.
She's like, oh, hell.
I know.
which gets us to some of the benefits, right? Mm-hmm. And some.
Oh, I jumped ahead.
Well, it's a good transition.
Okay.
You know, we're a team. We're working here.
Love it.
I'm working here. This is better relationship with your kids, which I 100%.
Absolutely.
Because this is when you're not living together, you don't get all the everyday bullshit the little, teenagers can get into. Mm-hmm. And it says it leaves room for more positive communication. So now that you're with Liana, of course, she's an adult. She's 23 years old. She got it as soon as she left. I think she there was a lot of, butting heads before, like her probably when sophomore year and junior year. When she got to be a senior, she started getting it. When she left, she completely got it. She was like, I know what you guys are doing now. Mm-hmm. And now it's not even a question. With Joaquin, there's still that kind of that power struggle.
Yeah.
But he's getting it now.
He is. Yes.
And it's only been like 4 months that he's been out, but he gets it. Some of the other benefits, which was, I read on one of them, like, man, I was hoping I saved it, but I didn't. It said that you don't really see a financial change. Like,
oh, no way. Not at all.
So you're spending more money.
Oh, between their living expenses and, you're like, oh, I wish I could have a little ice cream, but I don't have enough in my account. So what do? We go ahead and send them 20, right? Get yourself your ice cream or go get your Chick-fil-A or all the, the little extras.
Guys, I really would love to come home, but I don't have any gas.
Have the gas money.
Oh, hell.
Here we go. So no, the budget has not changed at all.
And it's backed up by research, right? It says a study by the Center of Retirement Research found that empty nesters' consumption decreased, but their net worth didn't always increase as expected.
That's a shocker.
Explanations include paying down debt or continued financial support for children.
Yeah. Well, now we got student loans. We've got one who graduated and her loans are coming up. And then we got Joaquin. It's like, there's not much of a break at all. But that's okay. That's okay. It's fine.
Well, what's crazy, right?
This was the whole point, right? To get them to fly on their own and to find their own passions and follow them and get an education and start their new chapters. And so we can't complain. We honestly cannot complain about any of those little things.
No, absolutely not.
It's been, I think, as good of a process and as smooth of a transition as possible that you could expect, right? From going from family of 4 around all the time to a family of 3 for a good 5 years to now a family of 2. But we are still so in tune with each other that it doesn't feel like they're gone. I mean, yes, obviously
physically
we feel that, we know that, but emotionally, no, they're in constant communication every single day, whether it's through the family text or phone calls, really is what it is. Lots of talking, FaceTiming all the time. just about silly stuff. Just
Yeah.
we know all the things that are going on, the highs and the lows, and so I don't feel like we're missing out on
Right.
things because they are choosing to include us. And that's another thing that I told Liana when she left, and then Joaquin too, that this is their time to be independent, and that I would not call them.
Right. I
Right. That was a
remember that.
rule. I don't call because I don't know your schedule. Right. You could be in the middle of studying. You could be meeting a new friend. You can be hanging out, just wanting to just relax. So I will not call you. And it's not because I don't want to talk to you. It's because I want to respect your space and your independence. And so please call me whenever you're available to talk. And if I'm available, I will talk. I will stop what I'm doing. And so that's been our rule. They call.
But they call all the time.
They call all the time.
And at every hour of the day,
10:30 a.m.
7 a.m.
12:05 p.m. 3:25. But they initiate those conversations. So it's not like we're hunting them down or calling them or trying to make them feel guilty in any way if they don't answer the phone. So we made that very clear when they left that we wanted to honor their independence and their space and their new chapters. And so we would not call them. So, but they call.
Right.
And so I think that speaks to for them and why and how, what's prompted that. That's for them to answer. But I don't think that it's something that we, oh, okay, go ahead. Oh my goodness.
Go ahead. Fine. Finish your thought.
My ranch water doesn't quite have that. Here's a little,
Oh, damn.
that's the little ice.
I hear that ranch. Okay, so I'm going to give you an observation because so when I was looking up, just kind of stats or just, basically talking points for the podcast, I read something, and so I'm going to give you my theory.
Okay.
I'm going to give you what I've noticed. After I read that, I was like, that's what she was doing. And then I'm going to give you what you did, and then I'm going to give
What
you...
I did?
Yes.
Oh,
And then I'm going to give you what the article said.
what I should have done.
No.
Oh,
What the article said you should do.
that's what I just said.
No. It says what you should have done.
Uh-huh.
So let me
Okay,
just go through.
let me listen.
Okay. So when Liana went off to college, right? So, okay, just to get a tally on the pets, we have 2 dogs. We have Thor, and we have Sarah that you've heard on the podcast. They'll chime in every once in a while. We've had them. We've had them for a while. When Liana went off to college, we have some other pets, but they're, it's a turtle and it was a betta fish. And so when Liana went off to college, we got an addition to the family, and it was a cat.
That was a few years after she left.
I know, but it was
Loki's
after.
2.
I know, but it was after she left.
Yes.
And then, whenever Joaquin was going to go off to college the year before, right? So
The summer before his senior year.
the summer before his senior year, when you started feeling he was about to leave, what did we do?
We got another cat. A kitten.
So the article was saying, find new babies. And I was like, damn it. Not literally, damn it. They meant like, hobbies and shit.
That's so funny. Well, I have gotten into Labubu's, so that's been my guilty pleasure.
Okay.
Right?
But
My hobby.
what was Liana talking about, though, that I thought was really good? I wish she would have come on the podcast and talk about it. What is the telltale sign for recession, or it happened during COVID?
Oh, the lipstick. She called it something, but it referred to women specifically treating themselves to smaller things like fancy lipsticks versus larger big ticket items, right? So the lipstick effect, the lipstick
lipstick treating yourself syndrome.
Yeah.
The lipstick effect.
The lipstick effect. Okay.
Yeah.
And so I took the lipstick effect and I
You attached a
transferred
monster to it.
to Labubu's, and that has been my thing.
Yeah.
And I really enjoy it. So I get people are going, what? The Labubu's? That's ridiculous. Feel what you want to feel, right? That's fine.
Get over it.
But that's not going to steal my joy. I'm going to tell you that right now. But that makes me happy, right? And I'm not imposing on anybody else.
Right.
It is my thing, and it makes me happy, and it brings me joy. And it's a little bit of,
Okay. But let me...
a little whimsy in my day.
whimsical.
a little whimsy on my purse.
So...
Go ahead.
So I'm going to read the definition of the lipstick effect because I thought it was so freaking, I'd never heard of it. And so when Liana introduced that term and explained it, I was like, that makes perfect sense. But it says a retail phenomenon where spending on small, affordable luxuries like lipstick increases during economic downturns.
Right.
Which is now.
Right.
It says this is seen as a way for consumers to get a mood boost and feel a sense of indulgence and normalcy when they're cutting back on larger, more expensive purchases due to financial stress. But where I'll kind of interject, it's not like Lafufus are cheap, though.
They're not Lafufus. It's Labubus. Lafufus are the fake ones, sir.
It's not like they're cheap, though.
No, they're not.
And then it's kind of counterproductive when you buy a shitload of.
You may be right.
How many do you have?
Oh.
Can you do a quick count real quick?
Probably. I can't. I don't even want to say.
As I stand
say.
in front of my 3D printer.
Do I have every collection? Yes.
Yes.
Do I have the exclusives? Also, yes. Does it make me so happy? Absolutely.
Do you have them when they're standing? Yes. Do you have them when they're sitting?
Yes.
Yes.
Do I have accessories? Yes.
Clothes, hats, glasses, shoes, headphones, purses.
Also, yes.
So,
it makes me so happy. And the fact that I also have friends at work that also indulge in the same whimsy that I do,
yeah,
it's great. It's greatness.
So another episode that we had was called "Being Ahead of the Curve" or "Ahead of the Curve."
Uh-huh.
Do you think you were ahead of the curve on the whole Labubus, or were you behind the curve, or did you come on right when they were picking up?
Yeah, I think it was right when it started because it started on the West Coast. Pop Mart that sells that's the company behind Labubu's, right? They started this trend started on the West Coast, and right, like with most trends, it starts on the coast, so the West Coast and the East Coast, and then it made its way to us about the summertime. So I think in the past 6 months, oh my gosh, maybe less.
Yeah.
Holy moly! Because I do remember we ordered
more than 6 months because you had them when Liana graduated.
No, I did not. We ordered our first Labubu's in Florida in July.
Oh, you're right.
Yes.
Because it was her birthday.
Yes. And we ordered them then. Remember, we were all on our phones?
We were trying to have a good time, and y'all are on your phones.
Oh, rude. It was at night. Nobody's going to the beach at night.
Oh, my God. So, all right, we still got time.
Okay, go.
So, a big discussion point with the other two hosts was that why do you go on the beach and that's all you did is go to the beach and just sat on the beach all day? That's so stupid. I want to go do stuff. I want to go fishing.
What?
So yeah, what do you have any comment on what do you do at the beach?
Nothing. I read. I enjoy. It's not the whole point of being at the beach is just to relax, have no schedule. You lay out on the beach and you go into the water when you want to go into the water. You read your book when you want to read your book. You take a nap if you want to take a nap. Take a damn nap. You're on vacation. Have drinks at 1:00 in the afternoon right after
we started. Yeah, we started early.
You.
What?
No, I don't.
I do remember some mimosas coming upon
You know what? You're right. I am the queen of
with
mimosas.
With breakfast.
That is true. And just to bring that back, so Liana, right, our empty nester, is coming home for Thanksgiving, and she was speaking to a patient just yesterday. We were talking about this today, and she was talking to the patient about, what does she do on the holidays, and is there anything during the Christmas holidays that she looks forward to? Because Liana was concerned if she brought up Thanksgiving, it was too soon, and this patient may not be out of the hospital by Thanksgiving. So she bumped it forward and said, well, what about Christmas? What are some things during Christmas that you look forward to? And she was talking to this patient about their traditions. And then the patient asked her, what are you doing for Thanksgiving? Are you going to have to work? Are you going to be here? And Liana said, no. And she goes, actually, the only thing that's keeping me hanging on this week is that I know when I go home, my mom will have mimosas for me. She said, give my mom a day vacation, whether it's a holiday or a vacation day, she's going to have mimosas. If it's President's Day, mimosas. Yep. If it's Easter, mimosas.
On the beach, mimosas. You had them just about every day we were there because I was making breakfast and I had breakfast for everybody. And then you busted out the mimosas. So I need you to retract your statement.
You're right. I do retract. The mimosas.
Yes. I had coffee with my breakfast.
And I did not. Well, I did. And then transitioned to the mimosa. Is it ever a bad idea to have a mimosa? Listeners, is it ever a bad idea to have a mimosa?
I'm gonna
go ahead and let
we'll
listeners
pause.
answer.
We'll pause for some calls. We'll take your calls right now.
I don't think mimosas are ever a bad idea.
If you guys think mimosas are it, I want you to yell or do something. Oh, there it is. Oh my God.
See, I knew it. I knew they were feeling it.
The studio audience, at least.
Gosh.
Everybody gets mimosas.
Our studio audience,
you get a
they
mimosa.
are the best.
You get a mimosa.
They know how to live their best life. And that's what we're all trying to do. Ladies and gentlemen, live our best lives, right? Have a mimosa. Why the hell not?
Oh my God. All right. So usually what we do is we have a verdict.
Okay.
So what's your verdict on the empty nester thing? What's the best upside to being an empty nester for you? And then we'll end it with that. The best upside.
I think for me, it's been seeing our kids or hearing the maturity and the growth in our children, right? So the whole time you're raising these little human beings to grow up to be adults who are responsible and who are contributors to the community, but who are also really dang fun. And I think that, right? So I feel like the biggest joy in being an empty nester, if that's what we're going to call it, right, for the sake of this podcast, has been being able to see our children enjoy their adult lives without us being there. And that brings me so much happiness, is knowing that they're okay and that they're stepping into their own.
Absolutely. They're fully functioning.
Gosh, that has just been, it warms my heart. I love it. And that they're actually amazingly fun young adults to be around. They're
not the weird kid.
No, they're not the weird kids. And they still like to hang out with us.
That makes them kind of weird, but
what? We're great. And we pay.
That's true. That's something you always have to do is pay.
Yeah. What about you?
So I think I do agree with that. Seeing them be out there, have their friends, that's really cool. Like hearing about it is probably the best part of it. But I think the fact that they start finding out that a lot of the stuff that we, just like we did, I know I did as a kid, I go off to college, you start going, damn, dad was right. My mom was right. Man, like one thing that I noticed, I mean, I'm kind of a ass to my sister, you start reevaluating who you are. And then you're like, I mean, I need to change that. Like I need to, and they're realizing that. Right. So the arguments get less and less, right?
Right. Because they have a different perspective now.
They do.
A more mature perspective.
And so part of it is because you can be like, I kind of said that like 3 years ago. Like
they're like, damn it.
So they're it's just them maturing, I think, is just the cherry on top, right?
Oh, can I say one more thing too?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
You can put your hand down. Oh. This is not class.
It wasn't my whole hand. It was just my pointer finger.
Put your little hand.
I said, oh. But so getting to know your adult children's friends and also them becoming a part of our little family has been great. And so just as a little asterisk aside, Liana and her best friend, and I'm going to shout you out, Ryder, are going to New York for the day.
One day. I don't understand it, but
next month, right? It just so happened they got a great deal, right? On a flight to New York and back on one day in December. And so Ryder, who is amazing, he prints out an itinerary and shares it. So Ryder's in Dallas and Liana is not. And so they're going back and forth with here's what we're going to do in our day. And so Liana's telling me about this and I'm like, oh my gosh, that sounds
you
like...
You love New York. So
newsflash. My God.
Leti loves New York.
I'm obsessed. And so I was like, oh my God, Ryder created the best itinerary for that short time, right? And so here I am going... Would it be weird if I went?
Did I just invite myself?
Oh my God.
Okay, guys, listen to me, guys. I have an idea.
What if I tackle?
You're going to die.
You're going to love it. You're going to love it. Just hear me out. No. And so I asked Liana, I said, oh my God, would it be weird if I went to, because this sounds like so much fun. And she says, no, Mom, come. And so I was like, I feel like I'm inviting myself. I said, but
I am inviting myself.
But I'm going to go ahead and look up flights anyway. And so within an hour, I get a text from Ryder. No, I'm lying. I said,
stop lying.
I texted Liana and I said, oh my gosh. I said, I feel like I totally invited myself. And she says, no, look at this. And she sends me a screenshot of conversation between her and Ryder, a text screenshot. And Ryder's going, oh my gosh, yes, she has to come with us.
You gotta go.
She has got to come. And so then he formally invites me. He texts me because I text with Ryder, who's one of Leon's.
Ryder has called you, FaceTimed you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. He's one of Liana's best friends. And so he and I have a bond. And so he texted saying, if this helps, you're formally invited. And I said, excellent, because I already bought the tickets.
That's ridiculous.
So again, we still keep in touch with our kids. So for that listener or for that friend who said, do you even talk to your kids? Yeah, we do.
We kind of do every day.
Every day.
Whether we ask for it or not, they're going to call.
Because we don't reach out, they do.
Yeah.
And they
do.
We
love it. We love it.
Oh my God, it's the best.
It is. It's good.
So
there you go. Guys, I hope you love this episode. I know I loved. Well, okay. I want to be honest. Last time I had my wife on the podcast, I got some comments that said, you need to step down and let Leti be the host. I was like,
was it Ryder?
Like, yeah, freaking Ryder. So there you go.
Oh my God.
Board approved. Empty nester's not so bad.
Empty nester's not so. Can I do the gavel?
Go ahead.
All right. Hold
Board
on.
approved.
Let me bring it closer to the mic so the listeners can hear.
Yeah.
Okay, ready?
Board approved.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
there you go.
Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to help support the podcast, please share it with others, post about it on your social media, and or leave a rating and review. To catch all the latest from us, you can follow us on Instagram and X. So thanks again, and we'll see you next time.